It be opinion court if we didn't talk about the politics of the day. And Prof, it's been quite the day. You know, when the story broke initially that the deputy president had possibly gone to visit the retired president, people were hardly sure that that actually happened. And then, in a twist of fate or luck, as newsrooms would call it, unfortunately, either party began confirming and giving, tidbits to the story. And I mean, once the cat was out of the bag that indeed the deputy president had gone out to visit the retired president and that this meeting didn't take place for one reason or the other, the reasons we've reported to you officially were that, at least the DP's team says it was a private visit, but sources within that same team also tell us that they believe that Senator Gideon Moi had everything to do with blocking that handshake from taking place. And so the Moi residence, if you like, has become quite a powerhouse around 2022 politics. What do you think of this latest development?
You know, this latest development hardly surprises me, Anne. And as I said when we started talking about this handshake, I said we shall be seeing the signals of what it means shortly. And this is one of the major signals about it. The deputy president is in some little trouble, and he needs to know that. He's in some little trouble. It could become very big trouble. Maybe you should see a magician to tell him what's going to happen. Oh my gosh,
let's hope not.
What is going on is, you have to understand, Anne, that in politics nothing happens by accident, not by chance. And if it happens, you must be sure it was arranged. If, in terms of arrangement, there was a plan that Deputy President sees former President Moi, whoever set up the plot set him for this kind of humiliation.
And that's the thing. Everybody's talking about the kind of embarrassment that has caused him and that it appears to be, pretty much a setup. But, and there's been a lot of debate around this. Whatever the president is thinking, we can only guess. What we know for sure is that, at Matiba's funeral, he said that if things go bad, they go bad for everyone. And, the handshake is there. It's there to stay. And I suppose you can infer from that it's supposed to benefit all camps. But if you take a look at the kind of investment, for instance, Prof, that the Jubilee Party has put in establishing a party that, it appears they want to, outrun these two leaders. If Kanu ruled for 100 years, then, they hope Jubilee would do, the same thing. The investment in the party's machinery. Just the other day, party members were on some exchange trip with the communists in China, visiting the Communist Party there. There's been a lot of that. They've done it with the Republican Party and other things. It seems like they are really interested, Prof, in having this party last. And if that is the case, is it in the president's best interest that we continue to seeing this deepening of the so-called rift quite publicly?
I think the party can still survive. It can go beyond the lifespan of the president and the deputy president. I think we also have to understand that even within the political parties, interests and the values keep changing, and only those who can keep the pace of these changes will survive in any political party. So politics is what all political parties are all about. And without betrayal, without trickery, without frustration, politics is nothing. It's more boring than a prison. So really what you really need, this kind of betrayal, this kind of uncertainty that we are seeing now is what makes political parties. Even when you are in you go to South Africa and you talk about ANC, it has been about betrayal, it has been frustrating, it has been uncertainty. Look at Cyril Ramaphosa, he has come out of this. So only those, the faint-hearted don't survive this. But the thing, Prof, is, betrayal, political betrayal as a game, a strategy, as being Machiavellian or whatever, it means some very different things in different jurisdictions. We're talking about a country where we've actually seen lives lost because of politics. So the stakes certainly are very
different when you talk about political betrayal in Kenya vis-a-vis anywhere else in the world, really, aren't they?
Yes, lives have been lost, and even with the status quo, lives could still be lost, because this is a combative situation. People are fighting for survival, political survival. And you also have to understand that even for President Kenyatta and President Moi, you see, they must have discovered a few other things that we don't know that make them behave the way they are behaving. You know, people are assuming that their behavior, political behavior, is out of ignorance. It's out of knowledge. And maybe they have established that the direction they are going is the correct one for the country.
You're saying, I think that is just so, wow. We assume that their political behavior is out of ignorance, but it could actually be out of knowledge.
Yes, it could be out of knowledge. And you know, the deputy president, if he went to see, genuinely he wanted to see the deputy president, I mean the former president Moi, even at a private, you know, as a private visit, you know, one of the things that you need to know, he probably wanted to test whether the current political formation embraces him or not. The first signal is that this formation doesn't seem comfortable with him. He's probably an outsider to this formation, because it is not possible that a deputy president would want to see a retired president. It doesn't happen like this. So for Ruto, I told you there is something small which is happening, and he's in some little trouble.
Finally, because we are absolutely out of time, what do you think his best play is right now? Because there are those who opine that some of these troubles in one way or another have to do either with himself or with people in his camp who've appeared a little bit too eager to go into, you know, 2022 politicking, you know, ahead of time. Others think, you know, not, you know, the man has declared his interest, as is his right, and he's a formidable politician. He's a formidable member of the Jubilee Party, very much, you know, part of the brains, if you like, of the party. Is his best play right now to just keep calm and carry on, as it were? Does he need a handshake, or has the man really always been self-made, and handshakes or not, doesn't matter?
Yes, I think, Anne, for the deputy president, you know what, Anne? Bindu bichenjanga. You have heard about this?
I've heard about it.
Yes, bindu bichenjanga. Things change.
They do.
And so, for him, a certain judgment has already been made in some people's minds about him. So he has only one option: to fight on.
Wow.
And he can fight on, and must recognize that even as he fights on, he could be destroyed in the process. But you know, whether he fights or not, some judgment has been made, and it is not very positive. And
that's our time. Thanks, Prof. Thank you to the two CSs who joined us this evening. We regret we weren't able to host CS Amina tonight. We certainly hope to do so in the near future. Thank you for watching Citizen Live at 9 in Opinion Court. I am Anne Kiguta. Have a wonderful evening, a brilliant weekend. God bless. We'll see you Monday on Monday Special. Bye-bye.